Hello, and welcome to Wafflers, week 3. I'm joined with my co-host, Cisco Malado. How you doing, buddy?
How we all doing? Come on, you Arsenal. Come on.
And this special guest this week, Mr. Richard Ainsker. How are you, sir?
Morning. Thanks for having me on.
Delighted to have you. First guest.
We are buzzing to have Mr. Rico here. I think he's going to provide some really, should we say, strong insights, some interesting insights, let's say. And
it's going to be a good time.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, a lot of Man United players in his 11. Before we get started, we're a week late with this pod because of Rick's busy schedule. What have you got to say for yourself, Rick?
Jam-packed. Man in demand.
Jam-packed, jammy dodger. Sis, what do you think?
Listen, I happen to know that he was just dodging the whole time. It's not necessary that it was packed. It's just that he thinks he's big time.
Some pre-match jitters, I think. Bless him.
Now.
He's here. He's
I'm here
arrived. Okay, before we get into this week's theme, Arsenal Man United, talk us through that, Sis, being the Arsenal fan.
Should I start? So I will start by prefacing this and say that Rick has been dodging a little bit, and I have a feeling he's been dodging because the fallout from that Arsenal United game would have been fantastic the week after. So now that it's died down a little bit, he wants to come on the pod. But let me just say, just as you know, just to set the platform for this discussion really quick, Arsenal are fucking unbelievable. We
limit the swearing on this, by the way, but go for it, buddy. You're passionate.
Are we
passionate.
swearing on this?
No, you can swear, but not anything that's 4 letters.
Oh, here we go. That being said, all that aside, Arsenal are freaking unbelievable.
Right. Let's just rewind this, right? I get it. United have got off to a shocker. But you're not Real Madrid. Like,
Yeah,
Arsenal
no, no,
is
no.
not Real Madrid. Like,
Not
you've not
won
won
anything.
anything in the past 3 years.
Here we go.
Like, you've put a
He's-
few decent results together, but, like, you're not
Bottled it as well.
top class.
He's giving digs right now, and I think it's outrageous. The only reason he's giving digs is because he's a bit concerned. Both of them are. Arsenal genuinely look like a top team right now. Beat the brakes off PSV at the week.
Yeah, but there's one thing looking like a top team and actually being a top team. If you're a City fan, unfortunately, and you're giving it, probably take it.
So, back to the game where Arsenal stomped United out. Just a quick things to run through really quick. Let's see. Declan Rice
in the last kick.
Declan Rice.
Does that mean stomping it out?
He's Rolls Royce. He's phenomenal.
Crap.
Seriously, what a player.
Absolute
Arsenal
crap.
genuinely that game, even though we won it at the end. We beat the brakes off United for however many minutes, 90 something.
Yeah.
And we definitely deserve to win. And I think Dallo, to this day, 2 weeks later, is still sliding. I think he's past, I don't know. He's fucking in the channel now.
So he was in the channel. Garnacho, he wasn't offside.
It wasn't offside.
It was offside. They did the
Good
line
goal
and
too,
everything.
good finish.
Yeah.
Could have been a different story. We could
That's-
have been on this pod rinsing you, and it's a shame.
The fact that VAR check happened and it got ruled off and then we won the game at the end made it that much sweeter.
I will say, before we move on, we can't talk about Arsenal for too long. Cisco's not taken that Arsenal hoodie off since the game. That's Adidas, that. Loves it.
It's comfy.
His
Loves
hair's
it.
starting to grow through it.
It's comfy.
Okay. Before we get into anything...
One more thing.
Okay, sorry.
Take the piss out of Arsenal and all that. I want to get some opinions on the United squad at the moment after the fallout of the Arsenal game. Rico, give us something to work with here. Give us something to chew on. What do you think?
Well, it's been a shambles of a window. I mean, you save the Onana money. You save that. You don't get Højlund. That's 70 million plus 50 million. You just go and get Kane.
Yeah.
You go and get Kane. You get 30 goals. Guarantees you Champions League.
I think Højlund looks good, though.
He does. But is he going to score 30 goals?
No.
Guaranteed. No,
Not
he's
yet.
not.
He only
Like,
scored
De
8
Gea-
for Atlanta last year.
De Gea did not need to be replaced, in my opinion.
400 grand a week, though.
If Kane
Who's on 400?
is going to leave
No.
Spurs, if Kane's
Gea.
going to leave Spurs, he's going to go to a team that's actually going to allow him to win a trophy. United are
Could've won the Carabao.
in no position to, win anything real. And Kane wants to go and win something real, so he went to Bayern.
Bundesliga
What
doesn't
did you
count
win
as
last
real.
year?
No, they
Didn't
came
say he was
they
going to
came
Arsenal.
second though, didn't you? You had a
You
good year.
come second, and
It was a good year.
did you win?
Came second.
Anything?
Where did United finish in the table?
Third.
Is that up
Good
in the?
season.
Is that behind us?
Is that in the trophy cabinet? The second place.
Yeah.
It's certainly not, but we're in a better state than you guys
Silver
are.
medal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, moving on from that shit show that is Arsenal. Jack Robinson, shout out, buddy. You predicted the score correct. You still know absolutely nothing about football, but he did say a 3-1.
That's
Credit-
fantastic, Jack.
Credit
We
to
love
you.
that.
Yeah. He's also been keen for another episode of Wafflers, so appreciate your support, Jack. Get fucked, basically. Okay.
Language.
Sorry. The theme.
Breaking his own rule.
The theme for this week is Premier League all-time 11 on their day. Huge caveat there. So this isn't just over 10, 15 years. Right, Shearer scored a few goals against Blackpool. It's their best game. Who's your 11 from that? Who's your best right back on their best day? Who's your best centre half on their best day? Are we in, gents?
Yeah. Cisco, you can take the safety latch off with your choices if you
Yeah.
want.
You can't put 11 players from the same team in, FYI.
I don't know why you're giving me this chat. We're about to look at Rico's team, and he's going to have Giggs, Carrick, and Scholes in the midfield. And I'm
Good
going to be
midfield,
sick.
that.
It's a cracking midfield.
Oh, wait. Come on. We're going to go through goalie and back four. We're then going to move to midfield four. Whatever formation you pick, though, we'll state that before. And then the forwards. At the end, we'll recap the teams. And there'll be some mentions, obviously, that didn't make anybody's team. Starting off, we're going to go left to right. Starting up, it's opposite for them. Sisk, you're up first.
Alright, so we're naming whole back four and keeper.
Keeper and back four on their day. Not the best ever, on their day.
All right, so on their day, I hope this isn't, too controversial, but I think he's the best keeper the Prem has ever seen with his feet. And on his day, I also think he's a fantastic shot stopper, and he's good in the air. Ederson, fantastic goalkeeper, definitely world class, and looks just so comfortable all the time.
Who's your right back?
Right back, it pains me to say, but I really do think, especially on his day, Kyle Walker, one-on-one defensively, over the top. He's got the recovery pace. He's a big man. He's physical. I think it's hard to deal with, and I don't think there have been that many good right backs in the Prem. Like, you can't. I love Sonia, but I can't exactly throw him in this
Sonia,
list.
come
Yeah,
on.
I can't exactly do that, but he's up there for me. I love him.
I do.
Centre backs.
Centre
Right
backs.
centre back, let's specify. On the right of the two. It's
Right.
important.
Right, so I could have put him either side. He's good on either side. He's played either side, but I'm just going to put Van Dijk here, right center back.
Big Verge.
Big Verge. I mean, what can you really say, especially if this is a podcast on their day? On his day,
Couple
Van
years
Dijk
ago,
a couple years
pre-injury.
ago was pretty much the best defender I've seen, center back, other than maybe Sergio Ramos on his day. Fantastic player, good on the ball, just so comfortable. Looks like a young Saliba. Left center
Saliba
back.
looks like a young Van Dijk. That's what
Left-
he's trying to say.
Left center back. I'm going Rio Ferdinand. Also, just kind of a Rolls Royce.
Can I-
defender.
He didn't play a left
Can,
centre.
can I ask why you switched them? Virgil plays left centre back for Liverpool. Ferdinand
Clueless.
played right centre back for United, but you've switched them. Any logic behind that, or just lack of knowledge?
Is it my team or not?
It's your team, yeah.
Yeah,
It is your team.
appreciate that. Left back. I'm going with.
Can we
So there's no
clarify
reason?
that?
There's no reason?
Are they staying?
We can-
You're going to keep them
if
the
it
wrong
makes,
way around?
If it helps you boys sleep at night,
You're the manager. I just want your team to be able to win, mate.
listen. If it helps you boys sleep at night, Van Dijk can play left center back.
Okay.
So you're letting them switch during the game?
20 minutes in.
Right.
I'm sorry. Are these boys playing a game together?
Change around.
No, I'm just asking.
I think you
Okay.
need to maybe have a little bit of think about your back four, Sisk. Maybe it's just one step too far for you.
Maybe
there.
your left back can sort it all out. What
Let's
is
see.
it?
Who's your
So-
left back?
Here's the platform that we're working with, boys. Let me break it down for you. This team is never actually going to play football together. So I'm just naming a list of players in a Premier League 11,
You've got to optimize it.
and you
though,
guys
right?
are looking at functionality like it matters.
There's got to be some
Doesn't
sort
matter.
of thought process.
Of course
That's
it
There is a
matters.
bunch of thought process. Those are the two best center backs in the history of the
Well,
Prem
that's
on
your
their
opinion,
day.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
That
That's
being
fine.
said, this is what we mean by waffle. Left back, I'm going obviously with the invincible Cashley Cole, though. Won a Champions League with Chelsea.
Cassius.
And, I mean, what can you really say about him? 101 defender, fantastic. A lot like Kyle Walker, but better on the ball. Just probably the most tenacious one-on-one defender as a fullback in the history of the Prem. And honestly, on his day, very good going forward as well, especially back in the day. Ashley Cole at left back for me, and that's my back five.
I don't hate it. I wish you'd got the logistics right and played them in the right positions, but it's a good start, right? What do you think?
Speaks to you as a manager, that really.
Yeah.
What do you think about the choices, though, boys?
He's the type of fella that will wear one white sock and one black sock, just so you know. I think that says a lot.
That is an outrageous claim. I don't think I've ever done
hanging
that.
off him.
All right.
If you move your
Chain
arm
on.
too fast, Rick, that shirt is going to rip.
All right. My back five. In goal, Edwin van der Sar. Technically, world class. Commanded his back four. Won trophies with United. Top footballer. Smart man. Imagine him in the dressing room. So, Edwin, you got the nod.
Do you reckon he's got banter?
Nah.
No, he
much
looks so
banter.
stiff.
But
So
I
stiff.
can't imagine Edison does either, really.
He's got a neck tattoo, though.
Yeah, he
Just
does. He
have a
looks
neck
hard
tat.
at least.
Tats.
Edwin's just kind of like a dad.
Yeah, well, you need him, don't you? Responsibility, accountability.
Father figure.
Exactly. He was in his best when he was older too, like Scholes. Anyway, right back. Carl Walker. Can't argue with it. Yeah, he's probably one of the best right backs ever, in my opinion. Gary Neville, if you're looking at longevity, yes. Other than them two, can't think of anybody.
Gary Neville cannot make the list. That is a stinking pile of shit as a right back. Like,
What was Gary Neville's best day?
seriously,
Can
he
you
didn't
remember
have
one?
one. He didn't have one. He's meat and potatoes, and he's a water carrier.
But
If Rick puts Gary Neville as his right back in his list, we're gonna have a problem beginning
Could
of this
happen.
pod.
Could happen. As we said at the start, questionable knowledge, but moving on. Right centre half, John Terry. Captain leader legend. I don't like John Terry. I have it been known.
Hate
Yeah.
John Terry.
Are you allowing him to pull his socks above his knees?
He can wear it however he wants.
Really?
Yeah. John, do what you need to do. Lead the team for me. Next to him,
Is that including racism and stealing his
No.
teammates' girlfriends?
no, neither of those are allowed. But John, wear your socks how you need and perform for me. Left centre half, Virgil van Dijk. 2 years ago, pre-injury, was the best in the business. Good on the ball. Nobody could get past him except Messi. It was ridiculous. Left back, Ashley Cole. Simple, consistent, good defender. Most right wingers will say he's the hardest defender they've played against. So I don't like him either, to be honest, but he's in the team. So 2 back fives. Van der Sar and Edison, the only difference. And John Terry for Rio Ferdinand, but I'm playing mine the right way around, so that's a good start. Rico, back
Okay.
five.
Okay, right. Well, I'll join you with the fullbacks. I don't think there's any question with those two. Both genetic freaks. Just very, very good fullbacks.
Yeah, very, very good.
Centre backs. Rio Ferdinand will go right centre back. He'll play on the right of the back two.
That's the right way around as well.
That's
Good job
correct.
there. Good guess this. He knows his football.
Appreciate how far this banter is going, boys. You lot are funny.
And then left centre back is Vidic.
Nemanja.
It's Vidic.
Just because he's a new one, I want to hear your explanation.
Warrior.
He's a warrior.
Blood, sweat,
Captain
tears.
too.
Fire. Thunder. He's got it all.
If you're thinking about connections too, having him next to Ferdinand makes some sense.
Exactly.
Lee Cattermole's a warrior too, but he's shit. So maybe provide a little bit more insight into your
Lee
pick.
Cattermole has the most... I want to say he's got the most red cards in Premier League history.
Fight, grit, determination.
Passion, fire.
Who's your goalie?
So, this is going to be a talking point.
Oh, God.
Now, the remit for this was best player on his day.
Here we go.
I've gone with your countryman, Cisco, Brad Friedel. I've gone with Brad Friedel.
Wes, you go first.
No, I don't
I've
know
gone
what
with
to
Brad
say.
Friedel.
I'm speechless for the first time in my life. Brad Friedel.
I've gone with Brad Friedel.
Listen, we thought this was gonna be doldrums, but that really just sets the tone. That sets the Brad Friedel. Listen,
Right, and let me tell you why. Right.
Yeah.
If you look at his record, right, against top 4, top 5 teams, it's outstanding. The guy played till he's 40 years old, right? He initially got signed by Liverpool and then went to Blackburn on a free.
On his day, though, is he the best? His best game?
Well, I remember going watching a game, sat in the Blackburn end, and it was Man United versus Blackburn. And honestly, he was outstanding. Outstanding. I think he made like 20 saves. And he's done one of those games against Arsenal as well. Cisco, if you were a proper fan and you didn't think about the last
Cisco's not been to a
3
live
years,
Arsenal
then
game.
you
I
might
have
actually
indeed.
remember
I have
it.
indeed. Also, let's not forget I am indeed American, but I have been to the stadium.
So, Rick.
Just on top of that,
Yes.
I spoke about the fullbacks being genetic freaks. This guy is a genetic freak. My mate's dad owned a suit
What is going on?
owned a suit shop in Blackburn.
My mate's
My
dad.
mate's dad owned a suit shop in Blackburn, right? This guy used to make the suits, right, for the Blackburn team. His wrists went down to his knees. It was like gorilla arms.
This is outrageous.
But-
I was thinking Peter Schmeichel, maybe, for you.
So
Petr
for me,
Cech.
Brad Friedel.
Brad Friedel.
He's
right.
in there.
I was mentally prepared for some shocking takes today. No disrespect to Brad Friedel, but Rico,
you'd be
what
happy with that
on earth kind of pick is that?
I've got
Best all time.
I've got the
All
star
time on their day.
on the day.
Oh, my God.
I've got the stars and stripes in there. I thought you'd be happy about that.
Yeah.
No, like don't. Yo, big ups. Actually, not big ups America. Big ups, my countrymen at least. Brad Friedel, good player. But Christ, he must be buzzing at the fact that he got
Brad
put in an
Friedel's gonna
all-time
watch this.
11.
He's going to be buzzing with that.
I hope so.
Brad, if you see this, send Rick some, I don't know, merch or something like that. Hook him up because that is the most outrageously
Yeah, you're not
generous
that good, Brad.
inclusion.
Seriously. You're good, but you're not that good.
2010-2011 season. Watch it. It's unbelievable.
All right. I think the midfield is going to be where the biggest talking points are. I think you got the most variations that can come in here, especially centre midfield. And I'm intrigued. Cisco, what formation you playing?
I am playing a 4-4-2.
Rico, what are you playing?
A 4-3-3 with a single pivot.
Go on then. FIFA formations, love it. I'm playing 4-4-1-1. 4 in the middle.
4-1-1.
4.
You going for a draw?
You
Come
got
on.
Brad Friedel in goal, mate.
How are we
Field
picking an
day.
all-time 11 and you're picking a safety formation?
Wait,
That's
just
actually
wait,
ridiculous.
wait till you hear it, though. All right, pipe down. Sis, give me a midfield 4 then.
Midfield four.
Right winger.
Right winger first. That is going to be, pains me to say, but it's going to be Mr. Gareth Bale. Especially because this is a conversation about on his
Did
day.
you say right wing?
Yes.
What's so surprising about that, Richard?
Yes.
What do you mean right wing?
He scored like 20 goals for Spurs that one
He
season.
didn't play right wing. He played left wing.
No,
No, he didn't. That
No,
was
that
before he
was
moved.
before, yeah. Ball
Not
knowledge.
having
This is
it.
what we're talking
I'm
about.
not
This is
having
what
it.
this is what we mean
For the
about ball
majority
knowledge.
of times, he played on the left wing.
You are actually chatting and you don't know anything. Anyways, yes, Gareth Bale, especially that one season before he went Madrid. I mean, he was lights out that season. He was a one-man wrecking crew. If it wasn't for him, Spurs would have. I mean, they had Modric as well, but especially back then, it was Bale and Prey.
Yeah, Dembele as well.
Dembele was a good
Moussa
footballer.
Dembele
He's good
is a
live too.
very good footballer. Yes.
I watched him at Old Trafford.
Chorluka was good.
Anyway-
Carry on.
Anyways, oh my god. Anyways,
Centre mids.
yeah, just really quick on Bale though. This is an on their day, 11, and especially Gareth Bale on his day, unstoppable. On his day, just pace, power, technique, finishing ability. He had it all, and very good player, even though he played for Spurs. Midfield, I'm going firstly Yaya Toure. Just speaking of one-man wrecking crew, I can remember some days when I was younger putting on the telly and seeing Yaya Toure just boss a game back to front, run the whole field. Just nobody can get the ball off him. He's got unbelievable delivery and technique. He's got one of the most powerful strikes in the history of the Prem, other than like Yeboah.
Is that fact, or you just saying things to back up your team? You know how hard he kicks the ball versus everybody else.
Listen, do you want me to put mile
See it.
per hour data in here, or do you just want
you've
it's
just
the eye
stated
test?
you've
Like
just
a bit of
stated
homework.
you've just stated
Before,
that he
please.
hits the ball harder than everybody that's been in the Prem.
It's the eye test. Go on, do yourselves a favor. if you haven't seen him play before, go put on a Yaya Toure highlight just for the goals and watch some of those strikes. It's outrageous.
You'll be able, to the point, to see how hard he kicks the ball.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Listen, I want
Really
you
quick.
guys to know that
They'll
both of
actually
you,
put it on the
Yeah.
screen.
Wow,
for you.
that was 100 mile an hour.
Yeah.
It was a big one.
ladies and gentlemen, this is the textbook definition of nitpicking.
Yeah.
This is what that is. I mean, this guy just put fucking Brad Friedel.
He wouldn't score past Friedel, would he?
Arms are too long.
On his day.
He's got wrist down past his knees, so I don't
He
think he's
does.
gonna save. Yaya Toure, just everybody here knows what he's about. He was ridiculous, especially on his day, just unstoppable. One thing I'm thinking of is that goal versus Villa where he just ran the whole pitch and there's people just trying to grab onto him and just bouncing off.
Against Villa, though, isn't it?
It was against Villa, but
Yeah.
that's just a good example of what
Jack.
kind of man he was.
Villa, shocking.
Yaya Toure, and then another City player at left center mid. I'm going De Bruyne.
You got them two as a midfield too, bearing in mind De Bruyne's never played in a two. I just
Again,
want to check that out.
This is never going to be a lineup that plays together. It's not functional.
Have some harmony though, right? You got to be on.
No
same
harmony
page.
needed. I'm just picking best players
Just
in
run
these
wherever
positions.
you want, lads. Just leave the holes for
Listen,
my team to go and
Didn't
get in between.
this
the
is
lines.
play
the
together?
this is the work already of
Maybe.
They
pure.
might have actually played together.
Not in a two though.
Not a two.
No. Well, you put them in a two.
Anyways,
You just
people
put 'em in.
and you
people out
got
there.
the centre halves the
Yeah.
wrong way around.
Anyways, people out there. This is pure imagination already.
Both bombing on as well.
The fact that they're just completely imagining
Big
this team
hole.
and how it
Yeah.
gels is ridiculous. We're just picking best players in each position on their day.
I feel like you have to have some sort of cohesion with
No,
your team.
you've got to actually think about what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
I'd worry about you as a gaffer. Left winger, Cisco.
One more thing on De Bruyne. Let me explain my picks for God's sake. After all this nitpicking as well, De Bruyne. I'm gonna piss these two off. The best whip delivery in the history of the Premier League,
David
Correct.
Beckham.
but much
David
better than
Beckham.
David Beckham.
Mate.
Pace,
This is a joke.
whip,
What are you on about?
finishing
His
ability.
Netflix doc's
He's
coming out
about
soon.
10 times.
Oh,
He's about 10 times the player. But this guy right here probably still has a Beckham poster on his wall.
got
I'm
Beckham on the
not
back of that
kidding.
shirt.
I'm not kidding. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne, one of the best players of our generation. Fantastic. Left wing, we all know it. It's Ronaldo. This is an on your day pod. In 2008, as a young man, I used to watch Ronaldo and want to be him. That's just the end of the story. I'm a Messi fan. That's what it is. But Ronaldo back then was literally the king. He was unbelievable, especially that one season.
That shirt's the year after he left, I think.
A couple years after. That's like 2011 or something like that.
That's my knowledge.
But Ronaldo. It has to be Ronaldo. Self-explanatory. All of you know who he is. He's ridiculous. He was ridiculous. I don't like him.
I don't
But he
hate you
was
for.
ridiculous.
I don't hate you for, but I'd wish you'd gone for a bit more balance in the middle.
It's all over the shop.
It's very attacking.
You're playing a 4,
I cannot wait.
and there's no structure
There's
whatsoever.
no holder.
I cannot
There's
wait.
no holder.
Till
Every single
Rick-
player's bombing on.
I cannot wait till Rick comes out with a worse shout than Brad
Brian
Friedel in his
Robson,
midfield.
centre mid.
I can't. I literally cannot wait. I'm gonna start laughing. We're gonna have to take a pause. Please. That's
All
my
right.
midfield four, and honestly, those are the best players in the position, whether functional or not.
Moving on swiftly. I want to preface mine by saying that I've gone for balance. I've gone for a 4 that can do both sides of the game.
Good.
For any of you that
Logic.
don't know Wes, this should not be shocking to you. The most meat and potatoes barring man I could think of.
Love spending time with you though. It's hilarious. He's on the pod with me. Anyway, right wing, Gareth Bale. I agree with you. Electric, 2 or 3 seasons. Moved from left back to right wing. Played 10 some too. So I think he's got too much to his game to be ignored in the
Back
modern
when he
era.
cared, when he cared about football.
Did what he needed to, didn't he? Gareth Bale on the right. In the middle, Steven Gerrard, one of my 2 centre midfielders. Carried his team. Won the Champions League with them. Unlucky not to win a Prem. I just think he's got too much about him. And if I'm playing a 2, he's one of the 2 that I want. Roy Keane was close. Very close.
Roy Keane being close just sums it up for these boys.
On his day, though, Roy Keane, like I can't actually think of like an on his day unbelievable performance. He's more consistent
Yeah.
than like 10 out of 10.
Imagine Gerrard, though, one of those games where he pulls his team by the neck, like, all right, we're going to go win this, fellas.
Well, he did it in
Roy
Europe.
Roy Keane has never had a 10 out of 10 performance.
He only did
because
it
he
on
does
Wednesday-
he
he only
does
did it on Wednesday night.
he does 2 things well: shithouse and run.
Balance in your midfield if you have him, though.
Yeah.
He would have been good next to De Bruyne or Toure. Anyway, my second centre midfielder, and this guy's got a soft spot. I've got a soft spot for this guy. Technician, stylish, classy, Xabi Alonso.
I love that pick. I love that pick. That's first of all, the nostalgia of that Liverpool 2 right there is, you love to hear that.
A game though that you were like that was a 10 out of 10 performance from Xabi Alonso?
Go on, give us one.
He not won him from halfway line once. Easy does it.
Does that mean
I would say, as well as Stevie G, even though Stevie G took the glory, Xabi Alonso was fantastic in Istanbul as well. So
He scored the pen, didn't he? Well, he scored the rebound, I think.
off
yeah.
the pen. Yeah, should have scored it.
No,
But
you got to be there, right?
But he was very good that game anyways, and there have been countless games for Liverpool where I just, especially back in the day, and then when he went to Madrid.
Sis, can
it
you
just-
pipe down when it's my fault? There's a lot of
I'm
comments
sorry.
on my team.
Okay, I'm sorry.
rabbiting away?
When I was speaking,
Do you want to just be on this on your own? Or?
when I was speaking, you guys gave me
Joke.
the most talk about my functionality.
I love how I've made a pick and you're on it trying to explain how good one of my picks is. It's brilliant. Jordan Pickford over here. So let me do my team.
Do you see the treatment here?
It's valid though.
Bale, Gerrard, Xabi Alonso, Dynamo, left wing Ronaldo. Can't argue with it. Him and Bale
Flat
each
four.
side. Flat four with two absolute gems to come.
It's good. It is good.
Richard Ainscough.
Well, I'm just going to name 3 because I'm going.
You
with
go,
the
yeah,
3 in
4-3-3, fair enough.
midfield. Paul Scholes, holding midfielder.
Paul Scholes, I
Paul
like it.
Scholes.
He was close to mine instead of Gerrard.
Paul Scholes, holding midfielder. Towards the
Same
end of
boat.
his towards the end of his career, just dictating play, getting on it, spreading
Proper
it,
footballer.
left and right, just unbelievable.
Yeah.
The timing in which he arrives in an area and just controls the game is just
Do it all.
amazing. So him. Because Paul Scholes, again, I've gone with a bit of balance, Cisco, a bit of knowledge.
Where in the midfield is Paul Scholes playing for you?
Holding midfielder.
He's playing at your pivot. Paul
Yeah.
Scholes, the guy who can't tackle unless it's a red.
Well, can you let me finish
Yeah, no, go on.
my point?
Yeah, no, go on, please.
Because we are, thinking as a team, right?
Right. Friedel.
Cohesion.
Cohesion. I'm going to go with you, Cisco. Yaya Toure.
Fantastic.
Up and down, box to box, engine. Oh, my
Quality
God.
too.
My God. Can you imagine defending that guy?
Yeah, he's unstoppable.
Incredible.
This one's going to be interesting. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
So I've got my holding midfielder, Paul Scholes. I've got my box to box, Yaya Toure, covering ground. I've then got this man. He can float. He can go wherever he wants. It's JJ Okocha.
Who the fuck is he?
JJ Okocha.
No,
so good they named
so
him
ni-
twice.
so nice they named him twice.
So
Fellow
good.
used to flick it over his head
Yes.
for Bolton. Sam
Yes.
Allardyce. Oh my God, this team's getting battered.
On
This
his
is
day.
this is why we brought Rick on the pod. Right here.
JJ Okocha, eat your eye out.
Can you remember that game where he played? I think it was at the Reebok. And I think it was Arsenal. Arsenal came away, tore Fabregas apart. Like genuinely
Fabregas
tore
couldn't
him
run
apart.
though.
I've got no disrespect for JJ Okocha, but putting him in a midfield 3 in your best all-time 11 is just completely
Yeah, but you're
outrageous.
missing the remit. It's on his day.
On his day.
It is.
On his day.
You think JJ Okocha's best game is better than a Mesut Ozil best game? David Silva best game?
Fabregas best game.
Well, yeah.
De Bruyne best game.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Well, yeah.
Fair enough. Well, it's your team.
It is
It's
my
it's got
team.
cohesion at least,
It's got great
It's got
cohesion.
no cohesion.
balance.
What do you mean?
It's got no cohesion.
Balance. All
I
right.
like him.
Some interesting picks. Cisco, your front two.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I'm picking as top striker. It is Thierry Henry, the best player to ever play in the Premier League.
That's not true, but keep
Thierry
going.
Henry is the GOAT. He's the king. That's literally, when I was younger, that's who got me into Arsenal Football Club. He is the man. And, sparked a lifetime of interest and love for football and Arsenal, and a personal favorite of mine. And obviously, on his day, was unstoppable. Countless amounts of, interviews of other players where they're like, Thierry Henry just terrified me. I mean, Carragher being one of them, he's just the man back in the day, and he scored for
TT.
fun. TT. The other guy is other than Henry and Ronaldo and maybe that Bale season, this is the guy who had the single best single season performance I've ever seen from a forward in the Premier League. It is Luis Suarez. Just unbelievable.
It's a good pick.
It's a very, very good pick.
Luis Suarez was that one season, maybe a couple seasons, but especially that one season for Liverpool. That's just every type of goal you could imagine. He
Those
scored
4 goals that he scored
Yeah,
against Norwich.
That's
was
the best
three-
hat trick
three
ever.
bangers.
Ever.
Three
Was it
bangers.
3 goal, 4
No, it
goals?
was 4.
Four,
Yeah.
yeah. He scored
Four.
3 that were rockets, though. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, he was ridiculous that season. He could do it all back then, and then he went to Barca, and then he showed that he can do it all everywhere. So that's probably, in my opinion, pure striker-wise, the best number 9 of our generation, Luis Suarez.
I like the front two, Sisk, and I'm going to make this easy for everybody. I picked the same two. Thierry, a little bit higher up. Louis, a little bit tighter to the midfield, especially with Gerrard and Alonso, those 3 working together. With Henry, Ronaldo and Bale up front, it's curtains forever they're coming up against. So, Rick, fire away. Front 3, not 2. He's got a 4-3-3, bit of difference there.
Front 3. I've gone with Ronaldo. Coming off the... He's coming off the right. He's coming off the right because I want to get somebody else in.
He did play both, so it's fair enough.
He did
Especially
play
at
both.
United. He played on the right more frequently.
Early doors, he played on the right, played bloody anywhere. But yeah, Ronaldo goals, just incredible. The next player, likened to a modern day Eric Cantona, Dimitar Berbatov.
Oh my God, Berber was good, but I don't know.
Dimitar.
if he's
See, this is the type of pick where I'm like, on his day, Berbatov was
was
outrageous.
ridiculous, yeah.
So good.
He was.
so techy.
He's almost playing like I want to say like a false 9.
When he wanted to
Yeah.
play, though.
He's
This is why this is on and on your
he's
day.
just rolling.
Yeah.
He was ridiculous. Christian Diego.
So good. I'm really torn here. I think the balance probably fits with this player better. I'm going to say Henry on the left.
It's tough to look past Thierry, isn't it?
Yeah, I
4
mean,
or 5 really good years.
the other pick that I had in there was Drogba.
I was close to
but-
Drogba over Suarez.
I think just because of the other 2, I wanted to get the other 2 in. I couldn't get him in as well because then there's just an off balance.
So you've got Dimmy dropping in, and you've got
You've
on the
got-
right Henry, on the
No.
left Henry, and on
Yeah.
the right Ronaldo.
Yeah, and more so just looking in behind because you've got Paul Scholes just zinging it.
If you're playing that if you're playing that, and you've got Berbatov dropping in a little bit deeper to let the 2 wingers go longer, higher, how far is Harry Kane from that? Because that's what he does really
You
well.
just
From the
knew
nine.
he had to stick his bum fiddle
how
in
good
the
is
pod.
how good is he? How good was he, especially with Son and the other right winger for Spurs doing that? You can't lie there.
All you people out there.
No, very good.
This guy supports Harry Kane more than he supports United. It's actually embarrassing the level
England
of
captain,
support
isn't
he
it?
gives to Harry Kane.
Harry Kane's the best English footballer ever, in my opinion.
See, that is just a
Wow.
stinking pile of shit right there.
He's the best English footballer in your team ever, and he didn't make it into this 11.
Well, the front 3 is Suarez, Henry, Bale, and Ronaldo. It's a difficult front 4 to get into.
That's 4. That's 4, not 3.
front 4. Yeah, sorry, it's early. All right, we're gonna
Honourable mentions?
honourable mentions
For sure.
Yes.
I'll
Let's
give
go goalies. We all get 1 honourable mention per position. Cisco goalie.
Tell you what, it's not Brad Friedel. Honorable mention for me. Honorable mention for me being Petr Cech, not his Arsenal days, his Chelsea days. Not good with his feet, but was on his day a sensational shot stopper.
Yeah.
And I used to hate
For
playing
him to
against
turn up week in, week out wearing a scrum cap.
Yeah, I mean that's a level
Wrong
higher
sport,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
I'm going to say my honourable mention for goalkeeper would have to be Alisson. He's close to Edison currently. Really solid keeper. Same team as Van Dijk. Super footballer.
I'll say David.
David De Gea.
Yeah.
David De Gea.
Like, you just give David so much stick, but you don't actually think back to how good he was in some games where he's just making like 15 worldy saves.
David De
Like,
Gea.
that's how bad it has been throughout this latest period of United, like
I was about to say that.
he won. I think he's won like five Players of the Year, or maybe even more.
Yeah, I was about to make that exact comment.
And to be honest, the way that he left United, that he was forced out of United, was a shambles.
A lot of money he was on though, and he's nearly done with his contract. He's old. I can understand it.
It's about time to move on.
Shouldn't have brought an honor in though.
I will say about David De Gea, especially on his day, I can remember some games against Arsenal where he was just like, we're never going to score on this guy.
No.
That being said, though, come on.
We'll do...
come on. Not David De Gea. Surely not.
Peter Schmeichel, was he in the Prem often? Or was that just before he was in it?
What are you talking about?
Peter Schmeichel, did he get many seasons in the Prem?
Yes.
All right, he's got to be up there, hasn't he? Surely. I don't like the tone of that.
He did get a few.
All right. We won't do right back and left back. Each person gets one fullback for an honourable mention. Sisk, one fullback that we didn't mention.
Yeah, one fullback I'm going to slot in is, on his day, Alexander Zinchenko.
Zinky, wow.
Tempo controller. Absolutely
gracious.
top level technique wise.
He's a good footballer. He's played like, 20 minutes in 3 years, but...
20 minutes in 3 years. He's our starting left back.
Zinchenko.
Zinky, my man Zinky, is a tempo controller. And by the way, this guy right next to me thinks Luke Shaw is a better left back than him.
Luke Shaw's a terrific left back. My fullback honourable mention is going to have to be Ivanovic for Chelsea.
He actually scored like 14, 15 goals a season.
That just sums up the kind of
genuinely
picks Wes is making here.
I think Ivanovic was a good fullback. I think you'd want him in your team. If you come up against him, I'd rather come up against him than, say, Gary Neville. No, I would rather come up against Neville than him. I'd rather come up against Evra than him. Ricker, fullback.
Well, in terms of players that you're going to come up against, I mean, this guy, Laurent, the right back.
From Arsenal.
Laurent, that is... Now we're talking.
What a horrible man.
Scary.
So
Scary.
minging. Yeah. And for that, I think he gets an honourable mention because you don't really want to go 1v1 against him.
I've got plenty of time for that. There is a huge fear factor involved in playing Laurent.
Like, he's got long nails. He's scratching you as you go by.
Yeah, he's stepping on your toes.
Oh.
100%, yeah.
He's nipping you on set pieces. Oh, man.
That was back when Arsenal were just the boys. Damn, I missed that.
Yeah, a long time ago. Centre back. One centre back each. Francisco Maledo.
This is a tough one because there's a list of him, and I will never say John Terry before any of you think that I'm going to pick him. He's never say him.
Though, so
I hate him.
He's already been
John
picked.
Terry. Let's see. Vincent Kompany on his day. Good captain, leader, legend, kind of like Puyol over in Barca. He's just like, he represents a lot for City. And I also think that on his day he was a warrior. And not bad on the ball either because he stayed on even when Guardiola was there.
You know what? I'll join you.
Yeah, it's a good pick, right?
I'll join you on that one.
I think he's good.
I'm going to say Carvalho from Chelsea back in the day when he played with John Terry.
He was class. He was class.
So, the midfield. We'll go in the centre of the park. We've already had Toure, Gerrard, Alonso, JJ Okocha, pains me to say, and De Bruyne. Did I say De Bruyne? Outside of those, Sisk, one centre midfielder that didn't get in, and we had Scholesy.
Easiest one yet. Double honourable mention, Vieira, but he's not in over this guy, Cesc Fabregas. My childhood hero. Not childhood, but... early adulthood hero, Cesc Fabregas. I still have his jersey. I don't wear it often anymore, as you can tell. But Cesc Fabregas for sure. He was the man. I love you,
Cesc, if you're listening. Centre midfielder, I'm gonna say. It's tough. This. It's real tough.
Sometime today, come on.
On his day, I'm going to treat this as if I'm playing a 3 in the middle. I have a soft spot for Mesut Ozil.
I love that.
I absolutely love the way that man plays football.
Technically one of the best ever.
So good. If I was playing a 3, he'd be my number 10. David Silva also unlucky. A fantastic footballer. Rico.
Right, Okocha goes out.
Kocha's out. He's changed his team.
Kocha goes out.
Sub.
He's ripped him off at
Straight
halftime.
sub, but the role is remaining the same. Tarat goes in.
I had to think who that was then. The chubby fella from PQR.
Tarat.
QPR.
Tarat, his best days were never in the Prem.
What
They
do you
were in the
mean? No-
Championship.
No
How many
chance.
minutes does Adel Tarat have in the Premier League?
Spent more minutes in Mackey's, mate.
I mean,
People,
how
just
many
bear with me.
players have
I'm
you
gonna
actually
ask
mentioned
Siri.
out of 2 seasons ago?
I'm gonna ask Siri.
I thought you
How
said.
many minutes does Adel Tarat have in the Premier League?
But that isn't the remit.
Yeah, that's not it.
On his day.
He's pretending it's Siri. He's texting
Yeah.
his missus.
Siri's just not heard me out at all.
He's killed it.
That being
Absolutely
said,
killed it.
I don't think Adel Tarat has ever had a day in the Premier League,
It's incredible.
which is an
You'd-
important caveat. I don't think he's ever had that day in the Premier League.
You'd
ever.
have Tarat in ahead of David Silva, for example.
On his day, yeah.
All right.
Over a career, over 3 games, no. But when it's his day, the guy was unbelievable. Same with JJ Okocha.
Okay.
I do see.
I thought he was a left winger, not a centre midfielder.
Yeah, but he's roaming, isn't he? He
Two
can play
thi-
where he wants.
Two things. I do really appreciate how Rick has really taken the on his day thing to heart. I think maybe me and Wes were a bit safe in some of our picks. I might have made it more
I
interesting.
don't know, mate. Tarat?
That being said, all of that being said, I had to provide that preface for me to say this. That is absolutely atrocious. There is no way Adel Tarat is in your all-time 11 on his day.
Honestly, you two have just had the safety latch on the whole time.
I've got, like I said, I've got
I
time
don't
for
think
you.
You've actually given this much thought.
All right, moving on. We've had our centre midfielders. We've got left 1 winger and 1 centre forward. Sisk, give me both. I want your winger and I want your centre forward.
Center forward. I grew up loving this guy as well, like from afar, obviously. But as I am Spanish as well, I was a big fan of him, Fernando Torres.
Wow.
Especially on his day, I do think that he's a really particular on his day player because back in the day, before those injuries, he was a physical beast. You know, so quick in behind, hold up play. You know, 1-on-1 with the defender, he's ripping him apart. Every type of goal you could score, he scored it. I'll say Fernando Torres.
And your winger?
And winger is a hard one, isn't it? There's been a lot of good ones. That's a good question. I'm gonna go ahead and say a young Robin van Persie on the right.
Wow. I'm surprised at that.
That's back in the day as well. He only played the right wing for a few seasons.
It'd
when
have
he was
been
younger.
closer as a striker for me.
But I remember because he had that little period where he was injured constantly. When he first got into the team, he played on the right a lot, and I remember thinking to myself, "Wow, technique, ability is off the charts. Just needs to play more than 30 minutes without getting an injury."
All right, moving on. My striker, honourable mention, on his day, I would pick Kane if it was over his career, but on his day, Wayne Rooney. Absolute hero. Terrific footballer. Can play in the middle, play off the
Icon.
left. Yeah, sick footballer. And then my winger is going to have to be Mo Salah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a joke.
Yeah.
An absolute joke. Even now, he's 32,
Mhm.
ripped to shreds, still scoring bangers. So there'd be my 2 mentions for those
Actually,
positions.
I want to change my honorable mention to Mo Salah. Aubrey
There
P
you
was
go.
good, but Mo Salah was
Zero
great.
thought into this.
Bandwagon.
Just reacting.
Bandwagon. Rico.
I'm going with Salah as well.
Oh, here we go.
And then, as I said before, Drogba was so close to getting into my side, so he comes in. Berber comes out. Just get.
Drogba was class.
Yeah.
Big game player, Champions League winner.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to run through the teams really quick. My team, we got Van der Sar, Walker, Terry, Van Dijk, Cole, Gerrard, Alonso, Bale, Ronaldo, Suarez, Henry. Cisco's team is
Ederson, Walker, Ferdinand, Van Dijk, Ashley Cole, and then on the right is Gareth Bale, De Bruyne, Torre, Ronaldo up top, Henry, and
Suarez.
I almost forgot.
Rico. What's your team?
In goal, Brad Friedel. Right back, Walker. Left back, Ashley Cole. Vidic and Ferdinand. Holding midfield, Paul Scholes. Yaya and JJ. Even that just sounds great, doesn't it?
It would be entertaining. You can't take that away from it.
Dimitar as the false 9. Do whatever you want, mate. Ronaldo and Omri.
Guys, week 3 of the Wafflers is complete. Rico, thank you for being the first guest. We are off to have some beers and watch the United play.
United going to drop points to Burnley today. I hope the next pod confirms this.
Comment your favourite team after we post this.
Should we do a prediction?
Yes, who's going to win? I'm going to say that I've got the best team.
No, prediction for...
Are you saying,
we're doing a prediction of who's going to...
I'm saying,
the 3 teams.
I'm saying who's going to get the most comments for the best team.
Yeah, we could do that.
I think I'm going to... J-Rob, you best pick me, mate. I gave you a shout out.
I'd like that. Yeah.
He knows the truth, though. He's got ball knowledge. He'll probably pick mine. I know he's not picking the one with Friedel and a coach, though. I know
he's a Villa fan, though. He might. That's probably going to sway him.
You know what we could do? The losing person for the next time, if I get an invite back, the losing person has to do it. Has to do the next pod in the rivals jersey.
Yeah?
I like that.
All right. Guys, comment what's your favourite team. Also, comment what's your least favourite team.
Should we do a prediction on the United game?
Prediction for United game away at Burnley. Rico.
Well, after conceding 4 goals midweek, we're surely going to tighten it up. So, clean sheet, I'm going to say 2-0 United.
I'm going to say 2-2 Burnley. At Burnley. Vincent Kompany. I just don't like United at the minute.
They haven't won a game.
Yeah.
Burnley are genuinely not at the level. It is unfortunate to say. I do think that, unfortunately, United squeak a win out here. Probably like a 2-1. 2-1 United. That being said, one more thing before we go. If you're going to make a prediction on United Burnley, you have to make a prediction on the North London derby tomorrow. What we saying, boys? I'll go last.
At the Emirates?
Yeah.
I'm saying 3-0 Arsenal. I think you give them a good scene too. I hope you don't, but I think you will. Rico?
I'm going with the draw. 1-1.
North London derbies always have a lot of goals, especially at the Emirates because we're about to play at the carpet. I'm going to say 3-1 to the Arsenal, and Spurs goals will be late. It'll be a consolation.
3-1, 3-0, 1-1. It's been a pleasure, everybody. We will see you next week. We could potentially have a guest. We don't want to promise it, though, because this week's guest took 3 weeks to get on the pod. But anyway, it's been a pleasure. Sis, can you turn it off, mate?
Yeah, man, no problem. Peace.
You get it,
See you, everyone.